You're listening to the Dibbly Dobbly Podcast. Remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, and click the bell to make sure you get the latest episodes of the podcast. Be sure to like and share our Facebook page as well. Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Dibbly Dobbly Podcast. On today's episode of the podcast, we review match number 20 of IPL 2021 between the Sunrisers Hyderabad and the Delhi Capitals. It's the Dibbly Dobbly Podcast, and let's get started. Let's have a look at the match summary from Game 20 of IPL 2021 from Chennai between the Sunrisers Hyderabad and the Delhi Capitals. The Delhi Capitals batted first and made 4 for 159 from their 20 overs. Prithvi Shaw top scored with 53 off 39 balls, and Kaul took 2 wickets for the Sunrisers Hyderabad. The Sunrisers Hyderabad finished on 7 for 159 from their 20 overs. Kane Williamson top scored with 66 not out off 51 balls. Avesh Khan took 3 wickets for the Capitals. The Delhi Capitals won the super over, and Prithvi Shaw was named man of the match. What were some of the key moments and key factors from this match between the Sunrisers Hyderabad and the Delhi Capitals? I thought Kane Williamson's innings was a key factor. 66 not out he made in getting the Sunrisers Hyderabad to a super over, because early on in this run chase, the Sunrisers Hyderabad were 3 down for 84 inside 11.2 overs. So we're in a bit of trouble. Without Kane Williamson's innings of 66 not out and his partnership with Sachlin at the end for the 8th wicket of 23 unbeaten, that got them to a super over and take this match to a super over. They could only manage 7 runs in the super over, and the Delhi Capitals were able to chase down those 7 runs in the super over and win this match. Let's have a look at the Sunrisers Hyderabad team performance in this match. We'll start with their batsmen. Warner 6, Bairstow 38, Williamson 66 not out, Virat Singh 4, Jadhav 9, and Abhishek Sharma 5. I thought the Sunrisers Hyderabad's batting was a bit of a mixed bag in this game, to be quite honest with you. Did well to go to a super over in this match. Obviously, that's a great effort to take the match to a super over. But once again, the Sunrisers Hyderabad's batting let them down, basically, in this game. Their scores this season: 5 for 177, 9 for 143, 137 all out, 1 for 121, and 7 for 159. Just tells you the story of their batting. It's been inconsistent. They were 3 for 84 inside 11.2 overs in this match. So on the back foot early in this game. But the one person who got the Sunrisers Hyderabad to this super over was Kane Williamson. 66 not out he made, and I thought he batted well. The other batsmen failed, and pretty much when you have a look at the batting, Warner 6, Bairstow made a valuable contribution of 38, but then Virat Singh 4, and then Jadhav 9, and then Abhishek Sharma 5, and then Rashid Khan 0, Vijay Shankar 8, Sachlin did well, 14 not out. It pretty much tells you the story. Their batting's just inconsistent, the Sunrisers Hyderabad. And obviously, Kane Williamson, he got the Sunrisers Hyderabad over the line to a super over in this game. Unfortunately for the Sunrisers Hyderabad, it didn't equal to a win, but I thought it was a good effort from Williamson to get the team to a super over. And they did. And obviously, unfortunately, they didn't capitalise in the super over. They could only make 7 runs in the super over, and the Delhi Capitals chased that down easily in the end. But I thought that was a good effort from Williamson. And his partnership with Sachlin at the end of 23 unbeaten for the 8th wicket pretty much helped the Sunrisers Hyderabad get to that super over. There was a lot of talk about the super over. David Warner and Kane Williamson batted in the super over. There was a lot of talk about why Kane Williamson was sent out instead of Johnny Bairstow. Williamson's not renowned for his power hitting. He's more of a timer and more of a manipulator of the strike, Williamson. That's his game. That's how he plays. And he knows that himself, Williamson. But I don't think it would have made any difference if Bairstow went out instead of Williamson. I think the way that Axel Patel bowled in the super over, he bowled pretty well. And obviously, it's very hard as a batsman to try and get as many runs as you can in one over. especially if a spinner like Axel Patel is bowling that good. And he was bowling well. He was executing his skills quite well in that super over. And I don't think it would have made any difference if Bairstow went in instead of Williamson, obviously. I think they still would have got 7 or 8 or 9 runs, maybe 10 if they were lucky. But it would have been the same anyway. Hindsight's a wonderful thing, but in hindsight, I think it would have been still the same. Obviously, Warner's thinking about Williamson batting with him in the super over. Probably Warner's mentality was, right, Williamson's batted the whole innings, so he's used to the pitch, he's used to the conditions, he knows what the bowlers are doing, he's used to the pace of the pitch. So if we have him in the super over, that will benefit us in getting more runs in the super over. Unfortunately, it didn't quite go to plan. Obviously, they could only manage 7 runs in the end of the super over, which wasn't enough anyway, because the Capitals chased that down easily. So that debate about Bairstow and Williamson, I don't think it would have made a big difference, I should say. I think it still would have been the same score, around about 7, 8, 9 or 10. And obviously in this game, they didn't bat like they did in the last game, the Sunrisers Hyderabad. The game against the Punjab Kings, their batting was good. They took their time. They got into the pitch. They got set. They built partnerships. And they won that game by 9 wickets. Obviously, they were chasing 120 to win. It was a bit different this time around, chasing 160 to win. So a bigger total, obviously. But in this batting innings, they lost wickets early, and that put them under pressure. They didn't adapt to the conditions as well as they did the other night against the Punjab Kings. Didn't take their time and get in and get set, and they didn't bat smart either. And they played some reckless shots as well. So on reflection for the Sunrisers Hyderabad, the area for them to improve in their batting is the consistency. They need to back up these performances, because if they're not, then they're going to really struggle with the bat. So overall, their batting was okay, but yet again, the consistency problem for the Sunrisers Hyderabad is a real concern with their batting at the moment. Let's have a look at their bowlers. 2 wickets for Kaul, a wicket for Rashid Khan, no wickets for Abhishek Sharma, Shankar, Sachlin and Ahmed. I thought their bowling today was okay from the Sunrisers Hyderabad. They did well to keep the Delhi Capitals to 159 on this surface, which is round about par on this Chennai surface. Most teams are getting 150 plus on this surface. So they did quite well there. They could have finished... they could have saved a lot more runs in their bowling effort today, the Sunrisers Hyderabad. Unfortunately, they weren't able to do that. They leaked runs towards the death overs, I thought. At times, they mis-executed their lines and lengths and leaked runs towards the end. So, for the Sunrisers Hyderabad, that's an area for them to improve on, is trying to execute their skills at the death, making sure that we don't leak as many runs and keeping the pressure on by taking wickets at regular intervals. Unfortunately, in this bowling display, they weren't able to take the wickets and put Delhi under pressure. They only took 4 wickets, which included a run out. So for them, it's just about trying to get early wickets early on in their bowling innings and try and get early wickets for them. The super over, which was bowled by Rashid Khan, I thought he mis-executed his lines and lengths in that super over. Obviously, he was defending 8 runs in that super over. Defending 7 runs, I should say. And the Capitals chased it down easily. So, yeah, it wasn't a great performance with the ball with the Sunrisers Hyderabad today. There's a lot of areas for them to improve on as a whole in this match, in general. But overall, it was a disappointing result for them. And for them going forward now, it's just about trying to learn from this and trying to grow from this experience as a team. And hopefully for their next game and for the rest of the IPL season, they improve and get better. Let's have a look at the Delhi Capitals team performance in this match. We'll start with their batsmen. Shaw, 53, Dhawan, 28, Pant, 37, Smith, 34 not out, Hetmeyer, 1, and Stoinis, 2 not out. I thought the Delhi Capitals batted okay in this match, and they did well to get to 159 on this Chennai surface. I thought they assessed conditions quite well, the Capitals. They said, right, okay, this pitch is not going to be a 200-plus score like it has been in Mumbai, for example. It's here in Chennai. The pitches are tough to score runs on, especially chasing in the game. So batting first, obviously, getting 159 on this surface. So they really summed up conditions well and said, right, we're not going to get a score of 180 plus on this pitch, or 200, as I said before. If we get a score of 150 plus, then we're in the game. We've got a chance to win this game. Because the sides chasing in Chennai have struggled, really, because the pitches have been tough to score runs on, slowing up, spin, inconsistent bounce, and etc. So I thought they did well to sum up conditions and play accordingly to the conditions as well. I thought Prithvi Shaw batted well for his half century. Good contributions from Dhawan, Pant and Smith to get them to that 159 score. They had partnerships of 81 for the first wicket between Dhawan and Shaw, which pretty much set them up nicely to get to that 159 score on this surface. And another half-century partnership of 58 for the third wicket between Smith and Pant in the end there. So overall, their batting was good. I thought they adapted well to conditions, and they read the situation of the match, and they read the conditions quite well with the bat. So that's how their batsmen went about things and performed in the match. And overall, their batting was quite good, I thought. And obviously good signs for the Delhi Capitals going forward, obviously, that Steve Smith scoring runs. Obviously, we know how well Steve Smith is as a batsman, as we know in world cricket. Good to see him scoring runs for the Capitals, obviously. It's very important for the Capitals that he scores runs. Pant scoring runs, along with Dhawan and Shaw. Obviously, they will like a few more runs from Hetmeyer and Stoinis, but they will eventually get some runs out of them throughout this whole IPL season as we progress towards the back end of this IPL. So good signs with their batting for the Capitals. Let's have a look at their bowlers. 3 wickets for Avish Khan, 2 wickets for Axel Patel, a wicket for Mishra, no wickets for Stoinis, Ashwin and Rabada. I thought the Delhi Capitals bowling was okay. I don't think it was their best performance with the ball in this match. They did well to get the Sunrisers Hyderabad 3 down for 84 early on in their innings. Took wickets throughout the whole Sunrisers Hyderabad innings. But I thought in the death overs they leaked runs, which saw the match heading into a super over, I should say. And obviously those runs at the end, they leaked at the death, obviously. And it saw this match head into a super over. And obviously they would have liked to finish off the match earlier, because if you have a team 3 down for 84, obviously that's not a precarious position. But if you add a couple of wickets to that, like 5 down for 84 or something, then most sides don't win. So for the Capitals, I thought they let themselves down and didn't do themselves any favours because they leaked runs at the death, which saw Kane Williamson cash in and obviously take the Sunrisers Hyderabad to a super over. Let's talk about the super over bowling. I thought Axel Patel, to come into his first game of IPL 2021 and bowl that super over like he did was unbelievable. He executed his skills superbly. He managed to keep the Sunrisers Hyderabad to 7 runs in that super over. And he executed his skills quite well, as I said before. Unbelievable from Axel Patel. His first game in IPL of this year, in 2021, to come in and to bowl the super over was unbelievable. I thought that was impressive from Axel Patel, and he's a very good cricketer. We saw that for India when he played the test matches and took all those wickets in that test series. And obviously he's a very good T20 player as well, and we've certainly seen that in this super over that he bowled. Obviously, the Sunrisers Hyderabad were able to get 7 runs in the end, and obviously the Capitals chased that down easily with the bat. So overall, the super over bowling from Axel Patel was brilliant, and obviously the area of concern for the Capitals is their death bowling. Try and not leak as many runs in the death overs going forward. So that's an area for them to look at and get better at. But overall, their performance in this match was pretty good, the Capitals, and obviously good signs ahead for them for the rest of this IPL. Let's have a look at the Sunrisers Hyderabad's potential 11 for their next match against the Chennai Super Kings. I think they'll keep the same 11 for their next match at Sunrisers Hyderabad. It's very important for them to make little changes as possible. For them, it's just about trying to build cohesion and consistency with this group. And for them, it's just about trying to get better and improve as a team going forward. So their potential 11 could be Warner, Bairstow, Williamson, Singh, Jadhav, Sharma, Khan, Shankar, Suchlin, Kaul, and Ahmed. Let's have a look at the Delhi Capitals' potential 11 for their next match against the Royal Challengers Bangalore. I think the Delhi Capitals will make a change to their team for their next match against RCB. Ravi Ashwin has said he won't be playing in the IPL for the rest of this IPL, I should say, due to personal reasons. So I think a change will be in order there. I think Chris Woakes may come back into the 11 to replace Ashwin. So their potential 11 could be Shaw, Dhawan, Pant, Smith, Hetmeyer, Stoinis, Patel, Woakes, Rabada, Khan, and Mishra. What can we expect from both teams heading into their next match? We'll start with the Sunrisers Hyderabad. Their next game is against the Chennai Super Kings on Wednesday at Delhi. For the Sunrisers Hyderabad, they need to turn things around and start getting some consistency in their cricket and as a team. At the moment, that's letting them down, and they need to keep bouncing back and looking to improve as a team going forward. The Delhi Capitals' next game is against the Royal Challengers Bangalore on Tuesday at Ahmedabad. For the Delhi Capitals, they need to build on this performance and back it up for their next match and hopefully for the rest of the IPL. Overall, what a game of cricket we had. It would have been an IPL without a super over. The Delhi Capitals were too strong in the end, and agony for the Sunrisers Hyderabad got so close but couldn't finish off the job. What a game of cricket, and hopefully we see more exciting games for the rest of this IPL season. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell to get the latest episodes of the podcast, and like and share our Facebook page. Until next time, keep safe, and bye for now.